All right, we're back with you here on a Tuesday morning. I'm Marlin Bohling with you. In case you missed it, we did sell a little bit more wheat overnight, and it was the soft red type of wheat. And again, the sale went to China specifically by name. And it was 198,000 tons this time around. So that means we have a grand total of nearly 640,000 tons of soft red wheat sold to China this week. Now let's take a look at our market activity. Let's see what's going on here, shall we? Well, the corn market's still hanging on to some decent gains. We have March corn now 4 1/4 higher at 489 3/4. Took a little while to get the engine warmed up here on the corn, but there it is, over 4 cents higher. In soybeans, overnight they were up about 8 cents. Right now, March soybeans are a penny higher. That's it. 13.27 right now. We're off of our overnight high by about 8 cents as it stands right now. And then, of course, the wheat is the big news getter today. We have March Chicago wheat at 6.34. So after being a penny lower last night, now we're 13.5 higher. How about that? 6.34 1/4 is the last trade, almost 14 cents higher now. And it looks like we are currently about 2 cents from our high of the day. Kansas City March wheat is now up 10. It was lower last night. We're now at 667 3/4. Let me do the math here. It's about 14 cents off of our earlier low. We're less than 3 cents from our high of the day. Okay, spring wheat trade. Minneapolis has March up 7 3/4 at 744. That's a gain of 14 cents off of its earlier low, and we're within a penny of our high of the day. On cotton, the March contract is now up 92 points at 79.60 per pound, and that's 15 points from the high of the daily range. Well, you know what? It's that time of the week where we call on Mr. Ben Hushon of the Mill in Whitehall, Maryland. We always get an update from Ben on what's going on agriculturally speaking in the Mid-Atlantic region, and, well, this week's no different. All right, Ben, Tim Ross had pulled up a radar map for me a little bit ago, and he was showing that maybe you got a little cold weather moving your direction there. What's it like right now?
Good morning, Marlin. You know, it's interesting. If you remember, most of September and October, all I did was, I don't think I was whining, but I was pointing out that we just weren't getting any rain, even into November, which was great for harvest. And boy, that switch has changed. About mid-November now, we've gone back to half-inch rain or more virtually every week. Had that happen again over the weekend, and I see some of the predictions are for this coming weekend, the more. So the folks that didn't quite get wrapped up, and there are some growers that have not gotten wrapped up. And then there's also folks that want to get lime spread. We would welcome frozen ground. At the moment so far, we've only had a couple mornings below freezing. So we're looking forward to some frozen ground. Not too sure about that snow you mentioned, though.
Yeah, I can see a little bit on the radar there coming out of Ohio and maybe southwest Pennsylvania right now. All right, so give me a rundown on what's been happening locally there since we spoke last week here.
Well, I sent in for the viewers some pictures. Using this time of year to evaluate for those folks that are done. And one of the things, if you remember, back in September, sent in some videos of not just ourselves, but some others that are applying cover crops in September on standing corn, some by helicopter, some by airplane. Ours happen to be by drone. It's time to go back and evaluate. So go to those fields and see, did it come up? Did it not come up? I know for us, the fields that we went back to, we clearly saw some herbicide had prevented that cover crop from coming in the fall. And then also, I just mentioned it to kind of start the show. We had a very dry October. You know, the purpose of the reason that folks consider applying cover crop seed on standing corn is it allows you to seed it August, September, hopefully catch some fall rain. Because remember, it's mid-October at the earliest till most of the corn ground starts to open up and be available to plant with a drill. So that's the whole idea, is to jumpstart that process, hope to catch a couple rains. So that's what some of us are doing this time of year, is trying to evaluate, did it work or didn't, and if it didn't, why didn't it?
All right, well, it's great information. Thank you for the update, Ben. And I guess you look at the calendar and you have to tell yourself, hey, it really is December. So I guess it's that time of year where things kind of start shutting down a little bit. I appreciate the update there, young man. You stay warm there, and we'll look forward to talking with you again here next week. That's Ben Hushon of the Mill. He's in Whitehall, Maryland, and we'll pause right here. We'll come back. We'll take a look at this livestock trade on the other side.